everyone. We're ready to do a math lesson. Josh is a little tired, so we'll see what happens. I'm just going to start the timer so we don't go too long for my iPad or for our attention spans. We're going to start by scaffolding, which means it's what you do through the whole learning process. It's just basically starting off with something simple and work on it. Because if you get stuck somewhere, you don't want to end up overlooking that and continuing. You want to make sure that you're just taking things one step at a time. So what we're going to do now is, first I want to let you know, in Nova Scotia, grade primary only goes numbers up to 10. Grade 1 does numbers up to 20. Grade 2 is numbers to 100. Grade 3 is to 1,000. 4 is to 10,000. And grade 5 is to 1,000,000. So obviously you'd have very different ways of showing those numbers, showing your number sense, depending on what grade you're in. Josh, can I have you up here? I have a whole bunch of numbers here. I have them to 100. Josh, what grade are you in? 1, 2. 1, 2. He's in a 1-2 combined class. So normally he'd only be doing numbers up to 20, but he's comfortable with larger numbers. Can I get you to join me up here, buddy? Bud? Joshua, come on. Let's go. I know. We're just going to make this quick video and we'll be all done. See? Same in my house as in yours. All right. For the purpose of saving time, I have made numbers up to 100 in here. With the earlier video we did, the number was a little big. It took us a long time to do everything, so we're just going to pick a bit of a smaller number. Joshua, what number did we pick?
21.
21. What is 21 in French?
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. We did it earlier. He learns math in French, so it's a little bit different. And sometimes he might have used some of these in school. He might not have used all of these things yet. It just depends on what the teacher has available in their classroom. So we're just starting off simple. If you don't have a printer to print off these numbers, you can just write them down on flashcards, cut them up, whatever you like. So we have the number 21. I have a yardstick here. You could use a tape measure as long as you lock it. Make sure they're slicey, so just be careful if you're using a tape measure. You could also get a piece of Bristol board or something, just mark off. It's all good. We're not doing measurements, so it doesn't really need to be like this. It's just, we're using it as a number line. Can you find 21 on here for me, buddy? Good job. You found 21 for me. What's the number before 21?
20.
20. What's the number after 21?
22.
22. That's very important. And part of number sense is also skip counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s, and 100s, depending on what grade level you're working with. So it's always good to practice going up and down by those numbers and counting up and down, starting at different numbers. You don't want to always start at 0. You want to start at different numbers all the time, shake it up a little bit. So we're using that as an actual number line, and we can keep this here for reference. We're going to do an open number line, and open number lines are great, really fancy if you want to do it at home. It's a line with 2 arrows on either end, 1 on either end, 2 all together. And what color dry erase marker do you want to use, bud?
Red.
Red. Perfect. There we go.
Right.
What is the smallest number you know about?
0.
0. So I'm going to put a line here. Can you put a 0 there? Good job. What's the biggest number you know about in class?
That I usually count to?
Yeah.
20.
20? Well, we're going to go a little bit bigger than that because remember, what's our number here?
21.
Yeah. What did we make our number line to earlier today? Do you remember?
100.
100. Why don't we do 100? Can you draw 100 there? Good job. And then what we're going to do is, where I don't know how much he's used an open number line. So right now, the open number lines are great because you can start at 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000. If you want to do decimals, you could go minus 100 to 100. You can do whatever you like. If you don't have one of these at home, which you probably don't, obviously not hard to make, you could do it on paper. You could also put paper in a page protector if you want to use it more than once, because you can use these on page protectors. You can also, if you happen to be going to Dollarama anyways, I'm losing them hard, self-laminating sheets. It's $2.50 for 3 of them, so pretty good. You can just make it a little smaller, draw it once, have it done if you don't have a printer. Okay, so I'm going to draw. Josh, can you get your head off of me, please? Thank you. So mine are fairly evenly spaced, but I'm kind of used to doing it. But what comes next? I'm going to put some numbers on here and you can do some. 10. Do you want me to do this one?
I want to do all.
You want to do all of them? All right, go for it, bud. While Josh is filling in his open number line, what we're going to do with it after is find out where this number goes on this number line. And then that might be the end of our time by then. Yeah, but I'll go over a few other things. I have these here we can use to build numbers with later. I'm doing these videos. You kind of need to watch one before the other because I might get into something while he's drawing. We have these here. And I can't stand up. Oh, I can stand it up. Look at that. This you can use to build numbers. You know the big plastic place value things we used to use? We still use them. But in my classroom, they're pretty expensive and they take up a lot of space. So if I want to have each student or a few students sharing a set, it just takes up a lot of space to have that much. There is a math room with beautiful things, but it takes a lot of time to transport it back and forth every day, and it takes up a lot of space in the classroom. So I bought these things at Dollarama. They pretty much started off like this or this, and I just cut them into tiny pieces. So this is a thousands cube, a hundreds flat, a tens rod, and a ones unit. So we call it cube, flat, rod, and unit. We do that because when they start learning decimals or later on, this could be 1 if we're learning tenths. This could be 1. They could all be 1 or different amounts. So we say cube, flat, rod, and units. All right. So we have a beautiful
We're almost done. We have like
number line here. And I can already see he's done a little bit better doing it than he did earlier today, which is awesome. Just that little bit of help. There's my timer, so we're going to finish up in a minute. You can see the 9 kind of looks like a G. It's because if you look on your computer, pretty much every font has 9 with a scoop. So it's pretty common for kids to draw 9 that way, but we want to try and teach them to not. Anyways, Josh, can you show me 21 on this open number line, please? Can you show it to me? Where do you think it would be? There's 20. Where would 21 be? Can you draw a nice red line where you think 21 would... Oh, you got to take the top off there, babe. 21. So you do 21 roughly in the middle. And what you're going to do is, if you see something like that, that's not altogether bad because he has it between 20 and 30. He's not drawing it all the way up by 100. He's not drawing it all the way down by 0. But we're just going to have a quick little conversation. Josh, between 20 and 30, let's look on here. And so that's why I like having this here. There's 20 and there's 30. Where's 21? Where is it closer to?
20.
It's closer to 20. So what do you think you should do with this?
Make it closer to 20.
Can you do that for me?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, what's that number supposed to be? That's okay. Good job. All right. So he has his 21 on the open number line. We're going to wrap it up here. We'll show you other ways to represent numbers tomorrow.
Geez.
Because we are tired of trying to deal with technology today and getting the videos to work. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.